I really can't bother to do this.
About 45 seconds.
Yeah.
The winter arc well and truly flopped. Or the autumn arc, because technically winter hasn't begun. I know that's really annoying. People keep saying winter and it's actually autumn. But still, it flopped. It really flopped. I had a month-long trip, barely trained, enjoyed every second, came back, got a little bit unwell, couldn't really find my mojo again. And I had all of these goals. I had all of these strength-based goals and lifting goals, and I was gonna like get my bulk on. None of that happened.
Literally none of that happened.
And I have fallen out of love with the gym. That was my stomach rumbling. Yes, I will feed you. Just have to get this off my chest. I've just completely fallen out of love with training, with the gym. As much as it feels like a game over situation of, well, that's the motivation gone. That's my fitness journey gone. That's my progress gone. This has happened before. This time feels like different. It feels like I could very much happily never step foot in a gym ever again in my entire life. But I know I'll come back from it. Basically this week, I'm going home back to England. So if you're new here, which you probably are, hi. I'm so bad at YouTube. Hi, welcome. I live in France right now, but I'm going back to the UK to visit family for Christmas, and I have a week before I actually go home in London. I'm using that week as like a full-on reset week to get my sugar honey iced tea back together and try and get myself back in a good routine. For me, I just think that London is so well connected when it comes to fitness and health, and there's just so many more like things going on that are going to be motivating, and I can go and try like gyms, and I've even thought about trying some classes. This video that I brought to YouTube after I had a 5-year hiatus was getting myself out of a slump. I have been a very slumpy girl this year, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's been slump after slump. I've had so much illness this year. I've had so much personal stuff going on, and none of that is like a reason to not work on your health and look after yourself. None of that is a reason, but it is a reason why this year has been a little bit more of a struggle with feeling my best, being my best. 2025 is different. 2025 is different gravy, okay? I am gonna work so hard. This year is gonna be about me. I am so letting go of that feeling selfish, and it's gonna so be about just me putting myself first in every aspect of my life. Obviously I care about the people, and obviously I'm gonna, you know, still be a good person, but I'm gonna look after me this year. That is what's gonna happen, and it starts now. It starts with this little week in London to get things back together and re-motivate myself, and just, yeah, grab your ticket and let's go to London. I saw this cup. That's what I'm gonna have my morning coffee in. The way that I'd organised that fry up, like mini half fry up, that honestly took like 2 hours, because the oven, I just couldn't figure it out. Like the lights were flashing and then they were off, and it just couldn't tell if it was even on. So now I've just literally eaten a pretty high protein breakfast, and I have to train in 45 minutes because I've managed to book a Barry's bootcamp class. So I need to get ready at the same time, or I will just actually chat for England and then won't actually be ready. I'm not gonna lie, this is probably the last style of training that I should go and do when I'm really not feeling my fittest, but I never do things in halves. That is booked for, yeah, 12:45. It's about 12 right now, and it's 10 minutes away from where I was staying, which is perfect. I always feel like with classes, I wouldn't say I'm really competitive, but then I go into a competitive situation and I'm like, oh, I actually am a little bit competitive, but it's not competitive. It's like you want to keep up, of course, and I think for some people that's like a huge reason why they wouldn't want to do a fitness class. But for me, sometimes I need that, because I'm like, if I was training on my own today, you know, I was trying to find a gym, it was getting a bit tricky and a bit of a hassle, and I kind of saw today going the direction of like, you know, not training. I am actually going to do a little bit of makeup. I really don't want to, because I'm going to sweat probably loads, but I waxed my lip like, I want to say 2 weeks ago now, and it went so badly. So bad. Like however bad it could have gone is how bad it went, and I still have like a mustache of like, I'm hoping it's not like literally contact dermatitis, but it's looking like it. I'm feeling like it, so a bit stressed out about that. What was I even saying? So yeah, I feel like a class right now will be fun, and it's the middle of the day, and when I booked it, it was like 3 people in the class, which I don't know if I believe that, because I thought Barry's was a lot busier than that, but we shall see. The other side of like being in a class is that everyone is there just to like be healthy, work on themselves, have a good workout, enjoy it. I want to remind you that it's really okay if you can't keep up in a class. Everyone's at a different fitness level, everyone's had a different day, everyone's had a different, 24 hours before. Like, you might be in a fitness class and not be keeping up, but it's because you cycled 20 miles yesterday, Or it could be that you're recovering from an injury, or it could be that you're just not, your fitness isn't where you want it to be, and all of these things are absolutely fine. I guess a little bonus thing is that no one's judging you. Literally no one's judging you, and if they are judging you, same for, the gym or whatever. If you are feeling judged and someone is making it obvious that they're judging you, that's on them, girl. That's not on you. That's on them. I am literally in love with this blush. Like, look at the colour. Just love it. I really don't want to get carried away because I am going to exercise and take this straight off. Right, hair. I need to get it up, obviously, but we now have exhibit A. Yeah. I think I'm in the stage of the fringe where I just regret it. I bought blue and black, and I also realised this is going to be high intense. So I don't actually think I have a high intense sports bra with me. I'm thinking it might have to be a double up situation because girls, we've got to protect the girls. Okay, we are ready. This is like the best thing I can do with what I have, because women's best do have high impact sports bras and I just don't have any with me. So yeah, but I think this will be fine. I think Barry's classes include running, and I've also realised that my shoes are like big chunky New Balance. It's honestly, it's so hard traveling as a girl, especially as a fitness girl, because you just need so many things. Literally you need so many things, and I don't know how to do it elegantly or like packing lightly. Yeah, if you do, teach me, tell me, because I'm struggling. I think the only thing I can actually do is like a high ponytail and then clip my fringe. Oh, I have such fresh hair today as well. I washed it yesterday and it's probably gonna be gross now. I think we're ready. I'm gonna obviously put my shoes on, and then yeah, it's a 10-minute walk. It's 20 past 10. Oh man. I don't think I'm mentally or physically ready for this, so yeah, wish me luck. Okay, we've changed to bun. We're already sweating with nerves, so deodorant's kind of pointless at this point. And then I'm also gonna pick up my dirty trackies from the bathroom floor, and these are the new Comfort Women's Best ones because they are gonna be perfect to go over the top. I'm gonna wear the jumper as well. And yeah, let's go. I can't actually find my clips, which is fabulous because it's just not going to be at all nice. I have never been so grateful to find some hair clips in my life. Okay, we are ready to go. I did it! I did it! I'm actually not okay. That was so intense. I knew it was going to be intense, but that was intense. That was intense. The instructor though was so nice and so supportive, and it's very just like that vibe where they know your name and they are calling you out by name to make you like work harder. And every time, like the treadmill running, I was dying. I just like kept slacking, and the guy was just like, come on Sam, I was like, let's go. He had like maybe like a US accent, I reckon, and was like on me like by name, and it makes you want to run and work harder. That was so good. I would rate that out of 10. That was pretty high because I just worked so hard, and it was just like so enjoyable. And it's motivated me to either book in again with Barry's, or I'm going to see if I can book into the F45 classes. But that was so intense. But anyway, I just keep saying intense, but you can tell that I'm actually not even saying that. Oh, I'm actually a bit lost. Look at my little curl. I'm all fresh and I'm back in my pajamas because I am not leaving the apartment today. It's going to be a work day, but a really cozy work day, so pajamas are back on. But I'm fully aware that I came out of that class and I was actually speaking pure gibberish, so I thought I'd do a little review of that class. But basically I got there and immediately was like, you know, welcomed and asked about like if it was my first time, all that kind of thing. By the way, I'm also going to do a face mask because what else do you do after a grueling workout class than pamper yourself for working hard? This is the anyhoo one. It's one of the ones that I got when I was in South Korea. Oh, it smells so good. It smells so good. So yeah, and they basically were like, okay, like it's your first time, you're gonna have an induction, which is really cool. Especially for a class like Barry's, like it was super, like I knew they were intense, I knew they were fast paced. But sometimes when you go to a new class, like they're just like, oh cool, you're new, like enjoy. And you're just like left to your own devices and you're just constantly looking around the room like, what am I supposed to be doing? Ooh, honestly, for the fact that this is supposed to be relaxing, that like first couple seconds of putting like a cold, wet sheet mask on is sometimes a little bit jarring. Oh, it does smell very good though, but now I'm a bit like, has it got a bunch of fragrance in it that is gonna do my skin no good? And yeah, I was like shown like the treadmills, like a couple of safety precautions, which just immediately made me feel like, yeah, this is gonna be like a really nice class environment, because you just feel like you're not gonna be like completely lost. Of course, we rub it in whatever is on our hands into our hands, and then whatever is in this, I'm gonna put all it over my neck and chest because we don't waste a droplet. Like South Korean skincare, we do not waste a droplet. And then I was gonna go and grab some water, and we were like getting straight into it. So I was like, okay, we're in this tabs, like let's get going. The class started with treadmill running, which I thought I booked onto a class that was just like weights, and I'd put my space, like my spot on the floor on the weights, but it's not. And at first, like I really was pushing it with the treadmill section. Ew, that's fluff and hair, cute. But then you go onto the weights, and again, like weights is my bread and butter, I'm super comfortable with them. Then you go back to the treadmill, and the weights is not just weights, it's not just standard sets, it's like you do an exercise, say a squat, and then that leads into a pulse squat, and then that leads into a hold squat, and then that leads into a jumping squat. So many repetitions, and you are just fatiguing your muscles like crazy. So I'm pretty sure that's anti-tabs. Like, let's be done. I might even go as extreme to put some on my legs, you know. I forgot body moisturizer, so let's put it on our legs. And you know when you just like haven't moisturized and you put anything on your skin that moisturizes it, and it is literally like, and then you go back to the running. So it was just like, and now we're gonna go back to the treadmill, and now we're gonna go back to the weights. And it is fast paced, like it is a little bit like go, but it's really enjoyable. And I mean, I'm sure you literally just feel like that in your first class, and then after that you kind of understand the situation, you understand the lingo, and you are told constantly like what's expected of you, you know, like what your speed's going to be on the treadmill, or like how many seconds you're going to do on weights, on a weight like situation. I hate when I go to a fitness class and they tell you the exercise and that's it. Like, it is not motivating at all, because I mentally need to know how many like seconds of something I'm going to do, or like what the pace has got to be until I'm going to make it like an increased pace, because I was able to know like, okay, I'm going to have to do sprints in a minute, so I'm not fit enough right now to just run for my rest period. I need to like do a fast walk, and then I can like make the most of the sprints, because if I run right now, like I do like those kinds of things, but I don't do it of my own accord, you know. I really don't, and stuff like that always reminds me like, oh yeah, I actually should, you know, work on my cardio. Got to the last round was weights, and I was like, the end is in sight. It was mostly lower body today, which this is another thing, I didn't realize that Barry's like has a timetable for the week, like continuously. So there's like abs and like AS and like lower body focus and upper body focus and full body, so that I guess like every single week it's the same, you know what to expect, you know, like if you don't go to the I need to set a timer for this, because face mask, would you believe it, you really can't, like I would always leave them on as long as possible so as I could like get the most out of them, but actually that's not really how they work, because then you just end up like drying the face mask out, and that can make your skin dry. So we have our little 20-minute timer. It was a really intense class, but I really enjoyed it. I so recommend it, and I will say that I am genuinely the most unfit I have been for a while, because I've just been inconsistent with the gym. I've really not been being a #fitness queen when it comes to my cardio. Everyone and their dog is doing a marathon or a high rocks or anything like that. I'm sure I would absolutely love it. I would love it. Like when I'm in the class and like I'm running on the treadmill sprints, or even if I'm like working out on my own and I do that kind of thing, I love it. I really enjoy it. I love pushing myself. But I mean, I don't know, the bug hasn't caught me just yet. There's multiple points towards the end where the running part, you could actually choose to just stay on the weights, but I was like, no, come on, let's get that running in, girl, let's do it. I was doing like the lightest, like the slowest pace of everyone, of course, like 100%, and at most of that part, like towards the end, the running rounds, I was just walking pretty briskly. I had a stitch, and the guy like instructing did come over and like he was like Tabs, what's going on? I was like holding my stomach like I have a stitch, so he just put it on like incline, which I love that, because it's just, you know, don't quit, keep moving, but just adapt. So yeah, really good class, really enjoyed it, and I'm going to see what else I can book whilst I'm here. Please excuse if this is like slightly flashing. The frequency of the lights on the Christmas tree don't match the frequency of my camera, and it means that it flashes slightly, so it's really annoying. So I'm hoping it's not gonna be too bad like on the footage, but I found a little life hack, guys. So if you girls live somewhere where you have class pass, you are probably like, Chavs, this is literally not a hack, this is common knowledge. I have friends who use class pass, and I've mentioned it before, but I've never had a use for it. And now that I am obviously like here over Christmas, I was like, let's go on class pass and see what the situation is. Maybe it works out better, because this, like, whenever I'm traveling, I always look for a gym. I never think about classes, I always look for a gym, and I think like, okay, if I find a gym, I'll get like a day pass or a short like 1 week pass or something, and that's always where my mind goes. This is the first time that I've been like, we're gonna do classes, and the beauty of classes is that you can try loads of different classes. So I've downloaded ClassPass, and lucky me, they have an offer on for £1 for 52 like credits, and I was like, 52 credits, I'm gonna be able to do 52 classes. No, it doesn't work like that. Obviously all the classes are different prices, so they're all different amounts of credits, and some of them are like a lot of credits. but the ones that I'm looking at are like 2 to sort of 5 credits. It's just so cool. It's a really cool system and a really cool concept that was so needed in terms of people having that flexibility with classes, rather than like usually what you'd have to do is buy a block of classes at a studio or like a gym, you know, for a specific class. So this is so cool. I really appreciate like business like that, you know, like I really appreciate businesses that like see something that's genuinely going to help people and make people's life easier. And that's exactly what ClassPass have done. So shout out to ClassPass, you know. So yeah, but anyway, I'm sat here, not gonna lie, literally it's 4:38 in, I want to say afternoon, but in the early evening. I could sleep right now. My body has become so heavy and tired, and I'm sat here like looking at things like F45 training and Studio X, like these heavy duty like conditioning classes, and I can't bring myself to book any of them. I literally can't, because I feel knackered and I'm terrified, because these are not like light classes. I've looked at other sort of classes like yoga and Pilates, but you are kind of blocked on what you can book in the trial for ClassPass, because that's what like this counts as. Yeah, I'm absolutely exhausted, and it makes me realize, or like it reminds me, because I do like high intense training and that kind of thing. Like I've always loved it. I used to do lives on Instagram of like HIIT workouts and things like that. Like I love that style of training. I just don't really do it as much anymore. But I forgot how fatiguing it is. And again, it's a huge reason why I stopped, because it makes you feel so good in the moment and so productive. And it is a really important style of training. And you do get better at it. Like you do start to recover quicker, and you know, it doesn't hit you or phase you as much. But when you go really hard in a class, it's really hard to then be productive like for the rest of the day, because you are just exhausted. You are literally exhausted. And that's exactly how I feel. And the idea of booking another HIIT class tomorrow, I'm just like, I don't know if I feel good about that. But also I've got 52 credits. And if you know anything about me, I don't like to like waste things. I don't like to waste anything, be it food, be it money, be it free, like freebies. I can't. I literally like 52 credits. I want to book like classes and use them all, but I'm just so tired and I can't bring myself to actually click book on any of these. Good morning from a moderately sunny London. Like, there's some sun, guys. Are we seeing that? That is some sunshine. Literally just the most gorgeous view. I feel so grateful every time we wake up and I open my eyes and see, and I wake up and I'm like, oh my gosh, it wasn't a dream, it's real. I have just made breakfast, so I've made just Greek yogurt with berries and honey. I haven't had this breakfast for so long though. Like, you know when something is like an obsession and then you just go cold turkey and you're like, no, it's giving me the ick, like I can't do it. That is me and yog bowls and me and like oat bowls. I used to, like in uni, I used to live and breathe my like oat bowls, and I was just going completely off them. And like I've tried to recreate the same recipe, and it was just never the same. It was just never the same. So we're trying to get back on our yog bowls. I have an update for you guys. So last night I could not even fathom booking another class. I was just exhausted, but I've woken up. I feel great. Like nothing really aches today, which I am gobsmacked about. I mean, we'll see, because it's the first day, and often with DOMs, day 2 is worse. My hip flexors are definitely, I can definitely feel them. They are there, probably from all the running. But I like have that bug, you know, that like addicted bug already where I'm like, oh my gosh, like what class am I going to do today? With that being said, I have booked some more classes. I'm not gonna lie, I would probably go and do another Barry's today. I'm surprised, I really am. But I have to go and do some Christmas shopping because otherwise it's not gonna get done. And so no classes today. But tomorrow morning, my brother actually is like a year or maybe more into doing hot yoga, which he says that he's seen so many benefits from, like his mobility, flexibility, but really excited to go and do that with him. So that's going to be tomorrow morning in Brixton. And then I've got another class booked on the Friday, which I've dragged the boyfriend into. He's agreed to go with me. And I mean, I say dragged, he's done it voluntarily and he wants to go as well. He wants to experience it. But it's an F45 class. And I mean, if you've ever done F45, I have done F45 and I remember it being literally crazy, but I was like 18, 19, fresh into my fitness journey, so healthy, so fit, like nothing fazed me. It's very different probably at this age. And the other thing I was going to say is all of the class names on ClassPass, like you couldn't, I want to know what the class actually is. Like you're seeing like Red Diamond and the Riddler and all these like intense names, and I was like, okay, but like what actually is the class? Like what's the difference? So I had to research that separately, and I found that T10 is probably what I know as like a standard F45, which is basically like 50% cardio, 50% weight. So me and Adam are going to go and do that Friday morning at like literally 7, I think it's like 7:30 or something. That's in Canary Wharf, so that's really, really close, really, really easy to get to. Look how excited I am. I'm so excited. It's just, these kinds of things are just not a thing in France. Like there probably is if I looked. In fact, I'm saying that out loud and I know that there's a club that does this. But it's just nowhere near as accessible and easy to do things as it is in London, just because the travel is so easy in London, not so much in France. So I think that's why I'm like enjoying this so much. And also, like I said, the free credits, like I love a freebie, I love a trial, so yeah. But today is actually gonna be Christmas shopping, which this is a fitness related video, but I'm like, maybe you guys want to see a little bit of London shopping. I don't know, we'll see. Christmas in London is just top tier, isn't it? So yeah, but if not, I will catch up with you tomorrow at hot yoga. Made it to Brixton and I've met up with my fiance, who's kindly taking me to hot yoga, and he's given me the lowdown on what it's going to be, and it's going to be vinyasa yoga, which is essentially actually a very challenging sound of yoga. I don't feel prepared, but yeah, this is going to be the before, and I'll check in with you after because probably can't film in there. I'm going to go and be zen and then yeah, catch up with you. Never properly got to catch up after yoga because I was basically a sweaty mess, as you saw, and then I went straight for brunch with my brother, and then we went thrifting, and then the day actually kind of ran away with us today, which was so nice. Haven't had a day like that in forever. Now it is literally the same day, 9:45. Adam and me are up early at 7 tomorrow to go to another class, and I'm not gonna lie, we looked and we were like, can we cancel? And we were literally like 20 minutes into the time of when you can't cancel. But yoga today was really, really fun, enjoyed it, but oh my gosh, challenging. I actually realised I had done vinyasa before, I just forgot that that was what it was called, but it felt like really advanced, or maybe it was just because there was like a lot of people in the class that were clearly like advanced. The teacher was giving us like advanced poses and giving us alterations like as well, and I actually surprised myself with my flexibility and also my ankle strength. For one, like balance, I was able to do some like hard poses. I was very proud, and my brother was really good at it as well, and he said that I did well for my first time. Yeah, that was my first time doing hot yoga, and my goodness, the heat wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it definitely helps. Like, it really helps by the end of it. Downward dog is like the one where you have like, you're literally like a dog, you're like all like hands on the floor, feet on the floor, and your body's kind of like this. That was the pose it kept coming back to, and I could really tell that I was progressing, or like feeling a little bit more, you know, loosey-goosey and working on my mobility and flexibility, because I was able to get my legs straighter each time and my ankles on the floor, whereas at the beginning, like, everything felt tight, like nothing, I couldn't get my ankles on the floor, I couldn't keep my legs straight, like everything just felt tight. So that was a big positive. But yeah, overall class was really good. Really, I'm just enjoying this class first situation so much. I really can't be bothered to do this. I had like an average night of sleep. When I have something like on like first thing, like a meeting or like a class, like something like that is like that you're obviously having to get up for, I just like wake up like almost every hour of the night, like anticipating like, oh, has the alarm gone off yet? Am I supposed to be up yet? Like, I have no faith in my alarms and stuff. And I kept waking up being like, almost like agitated, like, why isn't it time yet? Why isn't it time to wake up? And it was like 1 a.m, 2 a.m, 3 and just like, girl. So when the alarm did eventually go off, and I, you know, realised it was time to wake up, I was like, oh man, now I don't feel rested, now I don't feel ready, and now I'm like, do I really want to do this? And the only reason, I'm not kidding, the only reason I'm going is because I refuse to pay the like late cancellation fee of like £12. That's all that's incentivizing me this morning, because my human brain, well, monkey brain, my monkey brain right now literally is just like, bed, warm, me, stay. So that is a huge win on ClassPass's back, in the sense that it is really hard to incentivize people to do something that isn't in their normal routine, and do like hard things, you know, like 7 a.m. is not the crack of dawn, it is not, but to wake up and go and put yourself through a class like that first thing in the morning, that is mentally challenging if you've not done that before. Get ready and do this. And also, it's only 10 minutes away, so it's like not as bad. And Adam's coming with me, so I feel good. I may have underestimated the weather.
Good morning, Tabs. How do you feel after your very first F45 workout?
It wasn't my very first. I did one at like an event. It was called Balance Festival like years ago. I went with my sister, and there was F45, and I found it insane, like insanely intense. But they had like way. To be fair, that was quite a lot of like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm like older and wiser. I like paced myself. Whereas when I was younger, I just like went up, like balls to the wall the first second. But no, that was the second class and it was really good. I think it was also really good because the instructors were really nice. Like they were just
Yeah, he was cool.
really supportive, like helping you with your form like every second. And
He didn't
was
really.
good energy. Like even when we literally first got into the place, the girl like talked us through everything and it wasn't immediately like, you know, go for it, no pain, no gain, oh mind that, whatever that is. She was immediately like, take at your own pace, you know, pick a comfortable way, like that kind of thing. So I love that. Like I always pick up on those kinds of things when it comes to fitness classes.
And he was nice about me leaving midway to throw up a couple times.
I wasn't going to include that. You have to include that?
Yeah.
Oh,
You wake me 7 a.m. after 4 hours of sleep and you give me a bagel for breakfast.
it
2
was
minutes later.
voluntary. It was voluntary.
And 2 minutes later I have my first 40-minute full-on cardio workout.
Oh,
It's alright.
no, you did. He did amazing. He's being dramatic.
I mean, throwing up British food is kind of a given, right?
Oh!
Sorry.
Rude. He did amazing. It was a tough class, but I'm really glad we did it. And the video before this was basically me waking up and saying like how much I didn't want to do this. And it is just the classic case of when you don't want to do it, that's like the time when you should just do it, because I feel really good. And I know obviously it didn't go as you planned it, but do you feel better now? Do you feel good? You feel good now, don't you? Like, you do feel good. It happened. I caught the berries bug and we have a class in 20 minutes. You expected me to look crazy after that class, and trust me, I did. I didn't get any photos after that one, but this is a different type of crazy. This is a getting ready crazy. And I thought I would just get ready and finish up this vlog, round off this vlog. I'm getting ready to go and have a huge fry up. I literally cannot wait. There's always things that I just have to get when I'm home in the UK, and it is like Wagamama's, Nando's, and a fry up. A juicy fry up. I will say this morning's barriers class was a different vibe. I really enjoyed my first one. Today felt a little bit more like, I don't know. Today was just harder, like mentally. But it was literally my fourth class of the week. And I want to round this vlog off by just talking a little bit about how I feel now that I've done this week and kind of turned December around, because as you know, the winter arc massively flopped. And instead of going into a spiral of like, you know, oh, wasted time, or, you know, I could have done this, could have done that, or I should be further along, I realised I'm in a rut, I'm really not feeling motivated, I'm picking up bad habit after bad habit. Now is the time to be like, let's change something. Let's change something. And am I wearing this inside out? Before this week, I literally felt so unmotivated, nothing like myself, just feeling like I was losing this part of me that loved fitness and was all about fitness. And I found it again. Like, I really feel like I found it again. And it's not that like I've tried classes and now I'm a class girly. I'm excited to definitely try more classes, and you know, I will make an effort to bring that into my life, but it's just doing that first workout that is the most important thing. No matter where you are in your journey, like, you're gonna have times when you're just, you know, not really feeling it. Oh, that was a lot of blush. When you're not really feeling it, and you know, sometimes that's gonna throw you off so much, and you're really gonna wonder if you could actually get yourself back to enjoying fitness and exercise and that lifestyle. You know, even just the healthy eating side of it, that's a huge element of fitness and health. But it's just doing that first step and just going and doing a workout that is, you know, maybe going to be out your comfort zone. Maybe you're not going to feel ready for the type of class. I mean, girls, I went straight in with the berries. Like, what was she thinking? And trust me, you probably watched this and you're like, yeah, but Tabs, you know, you're a fitness girly, like, it can't have been that hard. the instructor was like shouting like, I need a 7, an 8, a 9. I was on like 3. I was walking, okay? I was walking and everyone else was working really hard with the run in, and I won't put myself down. Like I did try really hard, and I definitely did push myself at points when I felt comfortable and comfortable in my body to do that. You know, I was having like chest pains at some points, you know, like stitches and things, and I was like, no, I really don't need to have an ego in this room. It's me versus me. It's literally not a competition. I know why I'm here, and I'm here to get myself back into it, enjoy it again, and start enjoying the journey. I used to coach one-to-one, and the biggest thing that I would see women say is like, I just don't know how to start. Like, I just don't know how to start. We're tapping down a blush. I don't know how to start, and it's that like, where am I gonna get the motivation from? I know it's painful, I really do. I have felt it this week with the pain of like, oh, can I do this? Like, can I get myself back into this place? Like, okay, maybe I can explain this better with an example. I went and did that first Barry's class, and I was excited because it was new, and that even just doing that new experience was like exciting. But actually in the moment it was like, oh, I'm nervous, do I want to do this? Am I fit enough to do this? Can I get through the class? Am I going to embarrass myself? Like, you think a million things. Afterwards, nothing else matters. You're like, you feel so proud, you feel such a rush of endorphins, and you know, that gives you motivation to move forwards and to keep going and progressing. How cute is my little puff? It just doesn't matter whether you are a year into your fitness journey, you haven't started it yet, you're a couple months in, you're 10 years in, but you've just, like, you know, lost your way a little bit. I lose my way more times than I probably admit, and you know what always brings me back is just firstly allowing myself that rest. Like, if I'm needing the break, I have the break, but also, you know, change it up or try something new. Or if you know that you're just really not feeling motivated, do whatever you need to do just to go and have that first session. That first session, that is the match on the box, and then the match can like other things. Okay, the analogy was there, but she needs some work. So this is not the final look, but I think my lip liner is in my bag, and girls, mascara these days, it's just kind of an effort, isn't it? Like, it takes so long to take it off. What I want you to take away from this video is that it's okay to fall off. Like, you're not a piece of on the floor, on the bottom of someone's shoe. You are not. Be kind to yourself, give yourself time off, but find your way back, and don't be afraid to try something new. Don't be afraid to be a beginner again, even if you're not a beginner. Like, that pill is hard for me to swallow, where I'm like, I'm in a fitness class and I'm supposed to be a personal trainer, I'm supposed to be fit, I'm supposed to be, you know, bossing it, and I'm like the one that's walking. But that's fine. Nobody knows you, only you know you, and it's a competition with only yourself. And it's not even a competition, it's just working on you, for you, bettering yourself. And yeah, so that was a lot of Pinterest motivational quotes, but I hope you got something from this video. Please, like, let me know down below if you did get anything from this video. What was your favorite part? Like, if you've done any of these classes. I am new on YouTube, and the biggest thing that I love about this space is being able to interact with you gorgeous girls that watch my videos, whether you're new, whether you like returning. It's just so nice. And so yeah, I will absolutely read every single comment, reply, and we can have a little chat about anything and everything. And also, if you're London based, hit me up. We can do a Barry's next time I'm here. That'd be so fun. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys, and have the best Christmas if I actually edit this and get it out before Christmas, because my goodness, have the best one. And if it's after Christmas, just pretend that it's before Christmas, because there's like so much Christmas stuff in this video. And if it's after, I hope you had a great